I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Welcome, fellow Fusioners. Carrot King here, and today we are playing Mermails with Citadel Well. Citadel Well is actually one of my favorite cards in the game. I very much enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it up until when For Hires were meta. There was a weird interaction where, for some reason, Citadel Well couldn't negate Dampa's effect, making it a really hard deck to play then, so I kind of dropped the deck past that point. But I still had another account where I played Mermails quite often. So basically, Mermails work around discarding water monsters to get certain effects and getting big monsters on board. So basically, you have Mermail Abystius, who can discard one water monster to summon itself to the field. And then when you do, you can add a level 4 lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. Usually, you'll be searching either your Abyss Spike, usually not your Abyss Lind, or you search your Abyss Gunday, able to use their effects later on. So besides that, we have our Mermail Abyss Megalo, who can discard 2 other water monsters to summon itself to the field. When you do, you can add an Abyss spell or trap. That will be either your Abyss Sphere if you want to follow up for next turn, or you can use your Abyss Cetus if you want to try to do lethal. Because the whole thing about it is Cetus will basically give 800 attack, and if they use a trap, it will send itself to the graveyard to negate it. So it gives you a little protection, and it gives you a boost in certain scenarios to go for game. The cool thing about Abyss Megalo is Abyss Megalo can tribute another water monster that's face up in attack position to make a second attack during the battle phase. You can actually do a lot of damage using your Abyss Megalo and push for lethal. So there's 2 things we're adding to the deck to make the deck a little more going second OTK. It does have some strong control variants because of the Citadel Whale, but usually you want to try to win as fast as possible. So we're running Atlantean Marksman and Atlantean Heavy Infantry. So basically, how they work is Marksman, when it's sent to the graveyard by the effect of a water monster, you can pop a set card your opponent controls, target it, and destroy it. And Heavy Infantry has the same effect except for face-up cards your opponent controls. The cool thing about it is you can discard it for a water effect, so either summoning your Abystius or Megalo, or you can tribute it for your Citadel Whale, activating the effect as well. And the cool thing about it, though, is your Infantry has the effect where you can normal summon 1 level 4 or lower Sea Serpent monster in addition to your normal summoner set, which is really good because you can summon him, summon the Marksman, and instantly go into your Citadel Whale. The cool thing about Citadel Whale is you can summon it from your hand or graveyard. It is the main control function of the deck, and besides, this deck's mainly an OTK deck, with Citadel Whale able to set up a board if you need to stall for later, because Citadel Whale gives you Sea Stealth Attack. And the Sea Stealth Attack, Citadel Whale, and Mythic Depths give you your 3-card combo, making it very hard to get by unless they can remove one of your back row. So basically, Citadel Whale can negate, if your opponent targets a water monster, only one, once per turn, you can negate the effect. It's a very powerful effect there. And the cool thing about it is you also have, when he's summoned, you can set Sea Stealth Attack from your deck, already having Umi on the field. This card is live. Basically, you can activate it, and if Umi is in your graveyard, you can summon it to your field. So if you lose it by destruction, it does not matter before that point. Also has the effect where once per turn, you can banish 1 water monster you control until the end phase. Face-up spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, even if this card leaves the field. So the cool thing about that is, past getting your Sea Stealth Attack on board and face up, as long as you have a monster you can banish, you can prevent your opponent from destroying your back row. Unless they banish it, you're pretty safe on keeping your board safe. Sea Stealth Attack, basically, if you have a level 5 or higher water monster that battles an opponent's monster, they attack you, you attack them. Before any damage calculation, their monster will be destroyed. That works for your Abystius, that works for your Megalo, and that works for your Citadel Whale, making it a very powerful tool to control your opponent's board. And a lot of decks can't act, they just surrender. They don't have a way to deal with it. It's very strong overall. And the cool thing about it is if you verse something like Witchcrafters, that is a trap effect. If you have a monster on your field that's a water level 5 or higher, they cannot negate it with their big Witchcrafter. So then besides that, we have Abyss Spike, one that you search. When it's normal summoned or special summoned, you can discard one water monster, add a level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. So basically you'll use this to search specifically Marksman, giving you a water monster to your hand, and triggering an effect. So you can discard Infantry, and then searching Marksman, having some fun effects to start whittling down your opponent's board. Your Abyssdillin is mainly going to be summoned off your Abyss Sphere. Abyssdillin, when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Mermail monster from your deck except for Mermail Abyssdillin. You can use it once per turn. The cool thing about your Abyss Sphere, as long as you don't use it at the very end of your turn, you can have it where you can special summon one Mermail monster from your deck. Its effects are negated. You cannot activate any spell cards. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Destroy this card during your opponent's next end phase. So as long as it's not the actual end phase of their turn and use it right before, a little before, like end of their main phase, you will summon Abyssdillin. It will die in the end phase, and you can summon out any of your big Mermail monsters, usually Abyss Megalo. If not, you can summon your Abysstius. Or you can summon out your Abyss Spike too, so that's pretty good overall. Then the last Abyss we have is Mermail Abyss Gund. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can target one Mermail monster in your graveyard, except for Abyss Gund, special summon that target. So the cool thing about that is you can, with your Megalo, discard a Megalo and Abyss Gund to summon back your Megalo. So you can do some fun plays working around that. Also, I forgot to go over this, your Marksman, if it deals damage to your opponent's life points, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Atlantean except for itself, so you can just throw out your heavy infantry if you need it to your field. Let's see, then I think that's about it. Yeah, there's not too much to the deck. You have your Umi, and you work around trying to OTK by destroying their board, summoning a bunch of big water monsters, or controlling the board with Citadel Whale and your Sea Stealth attack. Not too much to the deck besides that. There's different ways to build it. There's Synchro variants using the tuner that can summon itself from the deck, or a level 3 or lower Sea Serpent, which is pretty good as well for having 2 water monsters for Citadel Whale. But I like versions that don't really use Synchro too much. When I hit 1,000, I'm thinking I might move it down to 500. I'm still debating on that. Let me know what you think down below. But that's the deck overall. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what kind of decks you want to see in the future. I appreciate you guys. That's the deck. Now the gameplay. Already going second. Oh, we're on rank up 2. This is a good going second deck. Ooh. I like this hand. So let's see. We can... If we get a monster, we have a pretty good board. We can discard or summon Abysstius, pop something, search the other one. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll send that to grave. Summon the level 2 tuner. Oh no, he's summoning the level 3. Okay. So he might be going for popping Umi. That's really weird. I mean, Umi's nice, but it's not needed unless I have like Sea Stealth attack combo. In which case, if it's not banished, it doesn't matter. It only matters in like specific situations, like Dark Magician's 2,500, and so your Abyss Megalo is only like 2,400. Yeah, he's going to pop it. Okay. So monster, Cetus. Okay. So we use Abysstius' effect. For the back row, and yes. I think probably Gund is pretty safe. We're discarding anyway. He didn't chain it, so... He didn't chain Raigeki Break, that's really weird. Let's see, so we're going to... What are we doing, Grave? Yeah, Gun's kind of dead doing that way. Okay, whatever. 1, 2. Mermail, Abyss Megalo. Our Atlantean Heavy Infantry will pop his card. Yes, we will search the trap. If he has something like Sphere Karibo, which is the only real answer we could have, or Kiteroid, we want to be protected. So I'm going to be safer, so I'm going to put 1 on Abystius. And there's no response. He should have activated Raigeki Break. Would have put me at lower resource, but if I drew a monster, it wouldn't have mattered, but I drew a spell card, so Raigeki Break would have slowed down my plays enough. Not to win, but to maybe have a chance of winning. Alrighty, well, next game. Already going second. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to really draw your other spells and traps. You really just want to see monsters. Ooh, just pass his turn. Interesting. So we can do... I guess we can Abystius, discard a Whale. Yes. No reason not to search. Doesn't really matter. I guess we get Abyss Spike for later. So I think the play right now is just to Heavy Infantry and then summon Marksman. And then we can set up our Sea Stealth attack board and then have lethal at the same time. And we waste both their effects, but the other half of them is getting Citadel Whale on board. Which is a success. Battle. Abystius. Woo! Citadel Whale. Now I just need every player to pass going first, open board, OTK, no problem. Alrighty, well, next game. Already going second. Oof, we drew the trap. Not good. So we can pop 1 face up. Wonder Wand. A Lapis Dragon. Huh, okay. What's this guy's shtick? Let me see this. Interesting. Okay, doesn't do much. So, we're going to start off by this Megalo. To the field. Double pop. It's not optional. That's one thing you should think about, though. You have to pop something if you send it. I guess Fetus. We'll spread out the damage in case he has something in hand. Battle. Attack. Nothing there. Attack again. Nothing there as well. Alrighty, well, those last 2 games are pretty fast. We're going to do 1 more. Alrighty, well, next game. Already going second. Okay. So let's see here. We have Abyss Megalo, Abystius. This is not. We don't want to see Cetus. Cetus works pretty well, actually. We could force out the navigation and negate it. You'd have to banish the monster, leaving that on board. So Cetus, I think, works pretty well against Dark Magician here. As long as he doesn't have, like, double navigation. Which doesn't look like he has navigation at all so far. He might. Drop a turn. So, there's a water there. Let's summon Abystius. Discarding, doesn't really matter. Yes. There we go. So, activate Cetus. He has Chain now. He doesn't. Okay. Abyss Megalo, here we go. Time to have some fun. This is where the fun begins. Yes. Abyss Delin. And Megalo. Cool. I guess he didn't have navigation. Really weird there, but cool. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what kind of decks you want to see in the future. I appreciate you guys. Keep fusioning. Let's go Slash.
Hush.